Early mornings.
What do you think the offensive line has done so far?
Well, there's definitely some room for improvement. We have a young group, but as far as where we're heading, I think we're heading in the right direction. We're working hard on the field, off the field, physically and mentally, to put our team in the best situation, and we'll continue to do that.
What signs of progress do you see when you look at the game film from game 1 to game 2?
Just the speed and kind of the conclusiveness of us as on the offensive line. We're kind of more on the same page. Obviously, we have some room for improvement there, but from week 1 to week 2, I think we kind of melded and kind of saw what a real game is like, and got a game under some of these young guys' belt, like Chris Murray. He's had 2 games in college football, and I think he's headed in the right direction.
What are the challenges with communication along the offensive line when you're facing a front like what Oklahoma was doing, lots of different things, lots of blitzes from different areas? What were the challenges there?
Well, there's, as far as the challenges go on that, it's just different looks, and we just got to work through the process of what our coaches told us, and we'll go back onto our training and how coach has trained us to see those looks and just not get caught up in the speed and the intensity of the game, and just the challenges on that. And Oklahoma, it's a hostile environment. I've played there. I've been there before, so it's a tough place to play. More credit to him. Defensive coordinator was he had the best of us that day.
Has the team's attitude at all been affected by the 0-2 start?
No, I don't think so. We knew that after the week 1 we were gonna have a tough week 2, but we know we're kind of going in the right direction. And I've talked to it with other leaders on this group, Caleb and Dorian. We're kind of heading in the right direction. We saw more success as far as sustaining a drive against Oklahoma than we did against Cincinnati, and so that kind of just showed us that we can do it. We just need to sharpen a couple more tools and kind of get over that hump to putting the ball in the end zone.
What do you think it's going to take to get over the hump and take it to that next step?
It's just going to be hard work and putting the effort in. We know what it takes. It's just getting over that hump is it's time. It's time and melding as a group. Like, I know on offensive line, a lot of new faces, and we're shuffling around. So we just need to build that chemistry, and once we establish that chemistry and that foundation, I think we're going to be a really good team.
How long do you think that kind of thing can take?
On that, I can't tell you. I've seen teams that have melded great right off the start, and I've seen teams that have taken 3-4 games to do it. So as far as that goes, but as far as on the field and controlling what we can control, we're going to go in the right direction.
How do you think Dorian's? Go ahead.
How difficult is it to diagnose a blitz when you have a true freshman center and a true freshman quarterback?
As far as diagnosing blitz, it's the same. It's the same whether you have a freshman and a true freshman. It's just, you do your assignment, and so just having that trust that your guy's going to be in the right direction. That's the kind of chemistry that we're talking about. Just trusting that the dude to the right to you and the dude to the left of you are going to do their assignment and go as hard as they can. So as far as picking up the blitzes, we know what we got to do. We know that we've had a great training. We had a great camp on how to pick that up. We just need to bring that to the game.
How do you think Dorian's improved as a leader? I know it's only his second game in college, but just from that game 1 to game 2 and into practice this week.
Right, he kind of got thrown in game 1, so and I think he responded actually better than I expected. He's a great quarterback as far as using both his athletic ability and his arm to make plays. So, and then in week 2, he kind of showed how he could stay in the pocket, even though we let some guys loose on him. And but he kept his poise, and that's what I'm really proud of with Dorian, of going into that hostile environment and being thrown in with these different looks and responding. So I think he's grown, and I think he'll continue to grow in that way.
You played with a big-time high draft pick quarterback before in Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
I know Dorian's not quite as big and maybe like the gunslinger that Patrick is, but how would you compare them in terms of being potentially NFL prospects going forward and big-time players?
Just the pose. I remember when Pat went in his first game against Oklahoma State, his true freshman year. He he had the same kind of pose Dorian had when he got in. So as far as that foundation of being the quarterback and knowing that you're the guy, I think he's got a great foundation to move forward, and he'll continue to sharpen his skills and use his athletic ability to the best of his advantage. And I think he's going to be really good going in the future.
I think Michael was saying that Dorian's kind of gone out of his way to kind of get to know the linemen more, get to know the receivers more. How have you seen him doing that lately?
Right. Well, me and Dorian, we actually came in at the same time. We came in together. So, I mean, obviously I was a little bit older, but so I got to know him, and obviously you hear about him being a high recruit. So he's kind of gone out of his way to build that chemistry and just verbally communicate with us, which, even though you might not think it correlates to on the field, it definitely does. I mean, me and my old quarterback, we had a great relationship over at Texas Tech. I think Dorian's going in the right direction. He's going to continue to do that.
You mentioned Caleb and yourself. You were both named captains for that last game. How do you guys pick out captains every week?
Well, so we have a group of captains, and it was just assigned. So me and Caleb, both being Texas guys, we had a lot of family coming to that game, and it was a great honor for me to go out there and represent UCLA in that manner and do the coin toss. And then Caleb, same deal. His dad had played at OU, and so I know he was real humbled by that experience.
What was it like going somewhat back home to play?
It was nice. I got to see some family. Family came into town, and you know, out here in California, you don't get to see them as often. But it was bittersweet. Playing an old Big 12. Now I can say I've never beaten them, unfortunately, but it's a great place to play, and going home and having the family that haven't seen you play before or haven't seen you play in a year and a half come out and see that was a great experience.
Thanks, Justin.